Okay, so Lama Dawa, it's such an honor to have you here. Thank you for all the meditations, all your teachings. We have enjoyed it a lot. Um, so this is our team, and one of our goals as organization is to teach the kids to be emotional intelligence. So we know that if we want the kids to be emotional intelligence, they need to practice mindfulness, right? It's like a key factor for me. And I would like to have you talking about it today, like give us an introduction about mindfulness. If the team has any questions, they are free also to ask. And we are ready for you and for your wonderful knowledge and wisdom. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you, everybody, for this opportunity. Very happy to be here and with all of you and share a little bit about the path of mindfulness and, as Lena said, how to foster emotional intelligence, which is really the most important part of being a human being. I think education, everything's so important to be able to contribute to our society. Can you all hear me okay? The volume's okay? Okay, good. So again, thank you all for being here and your patience and your commitment to the children and to helping the continent of Africa and just all people everywhere. I think emotional intelligence really begins with the heart. And it really begins with concern for others. And this, I think you all know, my personal path is Buddhism, but Buddhism, Christianity, all the same, that we all are creating love in the world and spreading love and happiness and joy and trying to help everyone. It's about, so emotional intelligence is about caring. It's really about caring. It starts with thinking about others, not just thinking about oneself. Now, of course, as Julia said, we have to have a full belly and feel nourished and feel safe. So safety and comfort is the foundation, and having a loving family and having the support of the community. All these things are of vital importance. And then as individuals, we learn to, again, think about others and put others first and think about the community and think about future generations and think about the whole ecosystem that we're all part of. So having a big mind that is not just concerned about oneself, but really thinking about the big picture, this is what emotional intelligence means. And as Lena mentioned, mindfulness is the tool that we use. Mindfulness means slowing down, keeping our eyes and our heart open, and then paying attention. So if we are constantly worried about ourselves, if we have fear, if we have a lot of problems, it's very difficult to open our hearts completely. But the practice, all spiritual practices, Christian prayer, Buddhist prayer, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. They are about slowing down, being present, staying mindful, and noticing everything with just awareness and not judging so much. I think part of the problem with many people is they have a mind that's criticizing others or judging. We can let all of that go. I think that's the important thing. Being a religious or spiritual person or being just a good human being It's the same thing. It's about caring about others, putting others first, and like the golden rule in the Bible, treat others the way we would like to be treated. It means respect, and it means having dignity and sort of pride in oneself, healthy pride, good kind of pride, where we are confident. So I think when we work with children to love them and give them confidence in themselves, that's the most important thing. Children and everyone have to believe in themselves, have confidence, self-confidence, and know that we can accomplish good things in this world, and that we can do positive things, and we can help others, we can help our community. So, as I said before, mindfulness is slowing down, not being so distracted. You know, this modern world now, everybody in the world has a cell phone. I'm sure even Uganda, it doesn't matter, any village in Africa, everywhere in the world, everyone has cell phones now, and always getting distracted and watching all these things. If we're watching all these things on our phones, maybe we are forgetting what's right in front of us, our community, our friends, our neighbors. And we need to sometimes put the phone aside and remember to engage human to human, talk to each other, and find out, do you have a problem? Can I help you? I think that's what emotional intelligence is. It's caring. As I said before, it's about caring. So it starts with that. I think we teach children how to care about others and not just think about themselves. So sometimes in this modern world, with technology, we can forget these basic things. And so to me, emotional intelligence and mindfulness is just coming back to who am I as a human being, and slowing down and paying attention. And again, really caring about others. So it's opening our hearts. Emotional intelligence, we usually think that word means our mind. But I think when we talk about emotional intelligence, we're talking about the heart. The heart comes first. If we have a good heart, we can learn things with our mind very easily. We don't have a good heart, or our heart is closed, or our heart is hurting and in pain, then it's harder to learn things. So safety and self-confidence and slowing down, paying attention, this is what we talk about. This is our path and the journey to become a good, healthy adult that's helping society and contributing to the world. Now, there's many ways to do this. I'll just very briefly, and then we can have questions, say that in Buddhism, we talk about meditation. I think meditation and Christian prayer are very similar, maybe the same thing. It's getting quiet, finding peace in ourselves, and then being very aware and present, and watch our mind, watch ourselves, watch how you think, watch how we talk to ourselves, watch how maybe we have thoughts and concerns and worries that come into our mind. In the path of mindfulness, we observe, we see these things that happen in our mind, but we don't get too involved or attached. We learn just how to look and observe, and then not judge ourselves and not judge others. Just relax and just find a peaceful mind that is not distracted. So that's pretty much what it is. I think when we find a nice quiet place in ourselves and outside ourselves, we find this nice, quiet, peaceful place, We relax in that. And then we can learn, we develop that confidence in ourselves. We learn to feel safe and relaxed. And then we're very mindful. We're paying good attention. And then we can feel happy and we can help our neighbors and our community. So those are my thoughts this evening, your time, your evening.
Thank you, Lama.
Happy to talk more, answer any questions or thoughts. I hope this is a little bit helpful. I think what you're all doing with the school and your programs and helping the children and community is so important for them as individual children and also for their community, and then spreading it out even into the whole world, because the world needs peace, the world needs kindness, the world needs everyone to feel safe. We all belong here, we all share this planet and these resources, and we need to really have a common, I think, goal of helping one another.
I agree. You can ask questions either by unmuting yourself, or you can put it in the chat, whichever way you want, whatever works best. And then I'll read it out loud. Yes.
Thank you. Tal, I have a question, a brief question. The people's videos, most of them are sideways. Is there any way?
But it's whatever. It is what it is.
Okay. I didn't know if there was a simple way to change that.
No, it's on their end. It's fine.
Okay.
Anyone have any questions about mindfulness or anything really related to Lama Dawa or Buddhism or mindfulness is the emotional intelligence. Okay, Lena.
Okay, I do have a question. So, how can a person have or develop empathy with an empty stomach?
Well, that's challenging. Yes, this is a problem. I think we have to feed our bellies and have good nourishment and nutrition and food available, of course. These are very important problems that need to be solved, obviously. Mindfulness will not fill your belly. Only rice and vegetables and food will fill your belly. So we have to make those kinds of arrangements. It's very difficult to answer that question, Lena. I guess what I would say is, if we are hungry, we have to remember to feel sorry and feel that other people also are hungry, and we use our experience to keep our hearts open, to go, okay, yes, I'm hungry, I feel weak, I don't have enough to eat, but not to give in or give up, but turn that into empathy and go, okay, I'm not the only one that's hungry and in this situation. Because I have this experience, I can understand that other people are also going through this. Now, we still have to solve the fundamental problem of how to get food to poor people and people that are hungry. Of course, that's another issue that has to be addressed. It has to be. You're right. This is vitally important. There's parts of the world where there's too much food, and then there's, unfortunately, places where there's just not enough food at all. And somehow this has to be fixed. So I don't have the answer of how to fix that. This is for NGOs and for different organizations and hopefully even governments that have a good heart to try to help. But I think that's the answer, is when we suffer ourselves, we have to remember, I'm not the only one going through this. And then really bring into our heart the desire, the intention to, I want everyone to not be hungry and to feel satisfied.
All right. Thank you so much for the answer. I'm not sure if Olive...
Julius has a question.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I just wanna make sure that Olive and Olive's mom is also like, are you guys taking note? Because what he used to say, oh my God, someone has the microphone open. Joseph, I believe.
Yeah, you can mute yourself because for some reason technically I can't.
Joseph, can we silence your microphone? Okay, cool. So, it is very important what you say. Like, just like knowing that I'm not the only one, that makes things a little easier. So that is important to guide the kids also. Like on that path. Like I'm not the only one living this. I have my friend who is going through the same, but with empathy and as a team, we can, like go every day, enjoy life, even if the situations are if we lack food, if we are together, that's what matters, and we are gonna make it through. So thank you so much for that answer. Very important that Olive and Olive's moms convey this information to the kids, please. Very important. Thank you. Okay, Julius.
Thank you.
Um, you had a question, Julius. You just have to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And I want to thank Mr. Lama for sharing with us about mindfulness and emotional intelligence. Really, that is very, very important for our society to grow. They have really to be more and more developed mentally. Their emotional intelligence has to be strong, and they have to be mindfulness. So my question goes, I really like the Buddhism teaching concerning mindfulness, life, and all other aspects. But we are living in a world which has different world views, whereby your view is not another person's view. What you consider right, another person doesn't consider it right. And then that thing ends up demotivating most of us. You may choose to be committed to something or some view, but because the society you are living in doesn't believe in what you believe in or in your worldview, and you end up facing a challenge or really backdropping to where you were before even changing to this worldview or before adopting to this life you had really chose to be or to live. So my question is in regards, how can someone really be committed and really stay focused in regards to mindfulness and emotional intelligence, regardless of the challenges and what society perceives to be right? Yeah, thank you so much.
Good question. I think we have to keep it very, very basic and very simple, which is, I'm going to boil this down to one word: kindness. Kindness. It doesn't maybe matter so much if someone doesn't agree with us, but I think we have common ground, which is that everyone agrees that the best way to be in this world is to be kind to others. And that's the starting point. And then we can build bridges based on that we recognize that we're all kind of the same in the same situation, that life is difficult. There's many challenges everyone faces. Everyone's are different, but life is just not easy and simple for anybody. And if we can agree on that, then we have the basis for further conversation and maybe again build bridges and be able to have conversations. People don't have to agree on everything, but the basic thing of respect each other. So I think that's what we teach the children. That's the essence of emotional intelligence, is respect others, just like we want to be respected. I think if we can teach the children that, it's really important. And we have to be kind and peaceful ourselves. So even relating to animals, we should also understand that they have suffering, and we should be respectful of all life. And that includes the environment and everything. So if we live a life where we are gentle and kind and respectful, I think that's really almost the whole thing. I think it's really so important.
Lama Dawa, is there a way to bring awareness or mindfulness in to be able to, when, let's say, something negative is boiling up and you feel it, or is there a way to notice that where you're having animosity or any negative thoughts? Is there any tricks or something that can help you recognize it or stop it or something to that effect?
Well, that's an excellent question. I think the basic idea is self-awareness. So we have to keep track and pay attention to ourselves. And usually if we, like you're mentioning this kind of situation where maybe somebody is pushing our buttons or triggering us, or we feel like anger coming into us or something like that, we feel impatient or we feel angry or frustrated, it's in our bodies. We can learn to, okay, what am I experiencing? That's what mindfulness is. It starts with really, as I said, pay attention. We pay attention to ourselves. Oh, I'm feeling tension. I'm feeling my stomach is tight, or I feel my muscles, I feel like your blood pressure is going up or something. So we have to learn how, I think that's a skill that we can teach children. We can learn how to, okay, what is going on with my body? How do I feel? Am I feeling anger? And then we can, if we accept it, and we can then bring some patience and again, love, and thinking, okay, they are saying something that's making me upset or angry or something. Well, we learn to forgive them, forgive ourselves, try to create peace. And at least mindfulness is observing. So we observe the situation, we observe what the other person is doing or saying, we observe how it's affecting us. And just by observing and noticing it can be very helpful. There's no magic trick. It's this commitment to really staying present. Stay here, stay present. If it's I feel uncomfortable, don't suppress it or try to push it away, but at least acknowledge it, understand it, see it, be honest. It's about being honest with ourselves. Really important. It's not always easy, but that's how we do this. Just be honest. Okay, I am feeling frustrated or worried or anxious or angry, but at least start by admitting it. Then we can maybe let it go. We start to learn the skill really is let go. Don't hold on so much. Don't think that we have to win. We have to defeat the other person, or we have to debate them and convince them. We don't have to. If self-confidence, we can actually trust ourselves. And then we don't have to be engaged in a battle or a war or fighting. I think we have to learn peace. Peace is respect the other person. If their point of view is different from ours, well, maybe we can have a conversation, maybe we can discuss it, or we can allow them to have a different point of view. Everyone does not have to agree with us. That's not even possible. We'll always find people that don't agree with us. But if you're confident in yourself, you don't have to convince somebody of something necessarily. Just They're entitled to their view. That's respecting other people. Everybody can have a different point of view, but then we can have an intelligent conversation. We can discuss our differences, and sometimes we have to agree to disagree, as they say. Agree to disagree, and then let it go. But as long as we have kindness and we respect the other person, their point of view, or just even if we don't agree with it, just understand everyone is trying their best. And that's love, isn't it? That's where we can start to love everybody, even if they're different from us.
So I just want to reiterate there what I think I some parts of that where when someone is experiencing a negative, instead of either pushing it away or going along with it in a sense, allowing it to kind of just be an observation of what is it that's arising, what are you feeling actually, and analyzing that, so that you're not experiencing the negative emotions of it, but to actually understand why is it arising, and allowing it almost to like wash over you, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, pretty well good way to say it. Part of the thing that we can teach children and learn ourselves as adults.
Letting.
I'm sorry.
I'm having an internet connection issue, so sorry about that.
Part of it is that we take everything so seriously, and I think it's helpful to learn to relax a little bit, and that allows us to let things go. If we take things too seriously, then we're always going to be worried and have stress, and that doesn't help us to solve problems. I think if our mind is more relaxed, and also trust the situation, trust that there can be a good outcome, or that things are going to be okay. We have a saying. It says, don't sweat the small stuff. Everything is small stuff. And that means we sometimes get so caught up in every little thing. We want to be perfect and agree with us. Sometimes we just have to say, it's not that important. Let it go. Just let it go. Come back to being relaxed. Come back to just being relaxed and respect the situation. And understand we cannot change everything. We cannot control everything. I think that's a really important lesson to teach children. Don't try to control the situation. You have to relax and trust the situation. Trust that things will turn out okay. Do your best. It doesn't mean don't care, but don't worry about every little detail so much. Learn to accept imperfection. I think that's really important. Nothing in life is perfect. Nothing will be perfect. There's always going to be mistakes. We will always make mistakes. I always make mistakes. We always have problems and things. Life is not perfect. And emotional intelligence is understanding that, is really accepting that nothing is perfect in life. And then being okay with that. I'm sorry, Tal?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. You just always tell me, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. And that is something that stays with me all the time. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. It's so important, especially for people who are perfectionists, where it can be mobilizing. So it's a good lesson there. I agree with that. Does anybody else have any questions, thoughts, comments?
Yeah, I would like to ask a question, but before asking, I wanted to really appreciate Mr. Lama for the wonderful response. It is really really doing well on our side. Yes. So my question goes, someone who is really starting an organization like ours, which is starting from zero, what advice would you give that person so that that such an organization becomes successful, or that dreams we have set, like how our objectives really can be achieved through the Buddhism teaching, like in regards to the teaching of the Buddhism.
Julius, thank you. Great, very important question. I think the best answer is intention. If you really have a very clear intention, and it's very well defined, and you hold it in your heart, and everyone that's part of the organization has the same vision, so you're working together, there's more strength in everybody coming together. But if everyone has the same intention, the same goal, then you can be successful, because you know exactly what you're working towards. And then anything that gets in the way or distractions, you just keep going, because you have a very clear vision of what you want to achieve. And that's the most important thing, is to have a very clear intention. And as long as the intention is goodness, is coming from your heart, very sincere, our intention is to help our community, it's to help our children, it's to help them become good human beings and successful and happy in their life. As long as that we hold that intention and never lose sight of that, then I think everything will go well. There's always challenges, but you have to keep the goal very clear in your mind. This is what we are setting out to achieve. This is our purpose. So just keep that in mind all the time, at the front of everything. Everything you do has to be, keep that intention.
Right.
The practical matters are always going to be, there's always going to be those challenges, but those can be dealt with one by one. But again, it's all based on your intention, I think.
That makes perfect sense to me. You have good intentions, then you'll move.
Well, the intention will help you overcome difficulties and challenges, and you
forward, really.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know how much more time we have.
Yeah, I was just going to actually add that. Is there any other last questions that we might have, or Lena, do you want to wrap it up, or how anybody else? We're willing to take one more question, Lama.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Joseph, I'm not sure if you sent the question yet. Olive, do you have any question? You can write it down, Joseph, and we will read it. Perfect.
And if you have one, we have the last question, and then we'll finish it off here. Joseph asks, how can someone implement emotional intelligence to the society where there's challenges like no peace of mind?
Yeah. I think everyone has the capacity in themselves as an individual to create mindfulness and to develop their own emotional intelligence. And if we can do that as individuals, every one of us in this chat, if you're a teacher, if you're an adult in your community, we just have to set a good example. Because you're right, Joseph, there's all these issues, and society in general there's a lot of confusion, a lot of distractions, especially with technology in this world now. And that's why I think, again, we have to come back to get in touch with our heart and understand that we are here to spread kindness and love and respect for others, and just do our best. So I think everything we talked about is part of this. We just have to have that intention to be the best person we can be. and forgive ourselves and forgive others, try to have as much understanding as possible, and appreciate that, again, the world is not perfect, far from perfect, but we can start by accepting that it's imperfect and then just do our best. Just do your best. And again, if we really are caring about others, the teachings of Jesus, the teachings of Buddha, and all through history, there's been problems, there's been wars, there's been famine, there's been all kinds of poverty and problems, but there's also throughout history been kindness and goodness. And we have to do this in our society and in our communities as individuals. I think we can't solve the problems of the world. If we try to do that, probably we'll get frustrated. But we can do something with our neighbor. We can do something with our family. We can do that with our friends. We can help locally. And I think that's what we have to do, is be maybe realistic with what our expectations are. So again, as Julie's question before, I think it starts with intention, and we hold that intention. What is the intention? The intention is to spread goodness and try to help each other. I think it's like that. So maybe it is a good time to end. I want to thank all of you for what you're doing to help your community and the children and people in your community. And I really appreciate that you're all doing your best, doing really good things in this world. And it's very, very beautiful, very positive. And I really appreciate what all of you are doing. So thank you all very, very much. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak to all of you too. So best wishes to all of you. I wish you success and good happiness to all of you. So
thank you. Thank you everyone here. I appreciate all of you as well, and have a wonderful and good night. Until next time.
You too. Until next time. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.